I unboxed this last night and I thought I'd bring you 7 great things just straight away. I'm pretty impressed so far. In that live stream, you can actually see my first impressions and you can see my first sets of questions that you guys asked in the audience. And I compare it to the Ultra, the ordinary black and white one, the Kaleido 2 Plus screen, and the pure black and white 300 dpi screen, which is on the Kindle Scribe. So that's all in the live stream. Go ahead and watch that if you're ready for that. And the easiest way just to say thanks if you like my content is to share my content out wherever you discuss e-ink tablets. I'm also going to bring you some crispy 4K footage of the actual device here, and also in this video there's a few macro shots of the actual device, real close-ups on that screen, which isn't really going to be your experience of the screen, but it's interesting to see at least. First one is color content. Seems obvious to say, but that's what you're here for. If you're buying this, that's what you're looking out for. Especially in the two ends of the professional reading spectrum. Academic reading with tables, diagrams, graphs, and graphic novels. The contrast is also better on this new Kaleido free screen as compared to the 2 Plus or other previous e-inks. The new color scheme, and I don't just mean the color palette you get available in the Notes app, I mean the way that the sides, the way the colors actually look of the device. Yes, it's still a grey, but it has this kind of green sparkle in there, these green highlights, and I for one, I really like that. It's very sleek, very professional. Apps. All the Google Play Store Android apps that you could possibly want, they just work better with color, especially the Microsoft Work Profile apps. Don't expect the pen input to work perfectly smoothly on anything except for the Boox own apps though. Okay, it's well optimized on OneNote and Evernote, but other than that, stick to the Boox apps where the pen works just great. So this is my separate Work Profile app, which I can sign into my school's OneNote. All of these apps that have got the little briefcase, I guess, icon are my Work Profile apps. So they're a separate instance of the app which can be logged into my school's account. And therefore I've got all of my files and all of those things in that Work Profile app, and I still have my own personal version of, let's say, Outlook from emails, Word, OneDrive, all of those things. The screen is 300 dpi in black and white. Now, if you really get in close to this, you can actually see the grid of the color pixels, but from a normal viewing distance, that black and white text actually looks crisper than the old 227 dpi black and white screen. The color is only at 150 dots per inch. Those are basically like sub-pixels, sort of filling in the otherwise white space. It looks great when you have like a block of color with a black outline, much like the Boox apps themselves have been drawn here. So you've got really nice crisp black and white text from a normal viewing distance, and you're filling in those areas with some lovely, they're calling it pastel shades of colors, and that's what you're getting here on this type of color ink screen. You're getting specific colors which look good rather than a full gamut. Trying to show you around all the colors here. Productivity. Now you can fit in e-ink into more workflows, so you don't have to change your workflow to suit the device. I would say this is suitable for all workflows really, except for photo or video based work. You're not going to get 100% accurate colors here for photo, and it just can't do the frame rates for video work. For me, the best workflows are going to be for written text. I actually wrote this script with the keyboard within the third-party app Xtiles, which I use for all of my scripts, and it's been a great experience writing this script. It's frankly been restful to my eyes compared to looking at Xtiles on my LCD screens. But of course, for word processing, you can use the new Boox text note, or you can use your own word processor, any third-party word processor you like, for instance, Microsoft Word. annotating in color, whether that's adding color to your notebooks or categorizing your highlights by color. This screen adds just another layer of visual organization. I particularly like the highlights in NeoReader because you can allocate certain categories that appear as different color highlights, and then you can export all of one color. You can sort essentially your annotations before you export them. That's great for any in-depth learning where you maybe need to read to pick out different details from a piece of text. You can see these are now categorized by their different highlight type, and I can select all or one or multiple of them. Now I can just export these ones. Useful. Lastly, it's the screen modes. You get to optimize each app to give you the screen experience that you want from here, from the e-ink center. If you don't want to put up with it doing a whole screen refresh just to get rid of a tiny little bit of ghosting, then you can choose one of the balanced, fast, or even ultra fast modes. Or if you prefer it to do that refresh so you get as crisp as possible an image every single time, then you can go for the HD mode. Even for reading apps, it's got the Regal mode, which will give you the very best possible clarity for the most pleasing, crisp looking text. We've had this for some time now with Boox, where they actually give you the control over the screen. Sure, they optimize apps the way that they see best, so that out of the box, if it's OneNote for instance, or a browser, it will automatically switch into what it thinks is the best screen mode for that app, but you still get the control. That's the important point. A lot of other e-readers and e-ink tablets, they don't give you that option. They just give you what they think is best, and when it gets frustrating that it's doing that refresh all the time in the middle of your handwriting, there's just nothing you can do about it. You see, you can set a different screen mode for each app that you want it to launch into when you start that app. I think I want Sky Scotland rather than... All in all, this device is a firm recommend.